Your credit card company is quietly charging you more for last month's burger than the burger actually cost. And the worst part? You probably said, it's just the minimum, and moved on. High-interest debt is like a bad roommate. Doesn't pay rent, eats your food, and somehow keeps getting more comfortable in your house. Most people think they're managing their cards, when in reality, the bank is the one managing them with interest, fees, and a system designed to keep you paying forever, not finishing. Across incomes, education levels, and even smart with money people, revolving card balances are turning what should be normal paychecks into quiet financial emergencies. You're not irresponsible, you're playing a game where the rules were written against you and nobody bothered to hand you the real playbook. In this video, we're going to flip that script. I'll walk you through powerful, practical ways to attack your balances so that every payment actually moves you forward instead of just feeding the interest monster. No shame, no jargon, just clear strategies you can start using as soon as you're done watching. Welcome to Virtual Finance Navigator, where we make money talk human. If you're ready to stop feeling trapped by plastic and start taking back control of your income, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, hit subscribe, tap the like button, and let's turn those credit cards from a lifelong burden into a short-term problem with an exit plan. Stop the bleeding first is the part of your credit card payoff journey where you stop pretending the fire is manageable and actually grab the extinguisher. Strategy 10 is simple. You cannot pay off what you keep adding to. If more debt is quietly dripping onto your balance every week, no payoff method, snowball, avalanche, rocket, or miracle will truly work. So before we talk tactics, we lock in one rule: no more new debt. That starts with freezing the damage, literally, if you have to. Take the card out of your wallet, remove it from Google Pay, Apple Pay, Amazon, Uber, every one-click temptation zone. If you need a visual reminder, put it in an envelope labeled for emergencies, and no, a sale is not an emergency. Next, separate needs from habit. A lot of credit card spending isn't survival, it's convenience. Subscriptions you forgot, quick takeout because you're tired, impulse buys because it's only $20. Those only $20 swipes are why the balance never moves. Go through the last 30 to 60 days of statements and mark: green equals true needs, rent, basic groceries, transport; yellow equals nice to have; red equals straight up, why did I buy this? Then you kill the reds, trim the yellows, and keep the greens. Now deal with the interest leak. If possible, call your card company and ask for a lower rate or a temporary hardship plan. It's not glamorous, but sometimes a 3 to 5% interest reduction can save you hundreds over time. If you qualify, consider moving your balance to a 0% promo APR card, only if you've already locked in the no new debt rule. Stop the bleeding is also about mindset. You're not bad with money. You've just been playing a game where the other side writes the rules. From this point forward, every spending decision answers one question: does this purchase help future me, or chain future me to this balance longer? When the bleeding stops, something powerful happens. Your payments finally start pushing the balance down, not just feeding interest. That's when strategies 9 through 1 become fun, because now every dollar you throw at debt actually counts. Strategy 9: get ruthlessly honest with your numbers. Before you can beat credit card debt, you have to stop lying to yourself about it. Harsh, but fair. Strategy 9 is about getting brutally honest with the numbers so you can stop guessing and start planning. This means writing down every single card, the balance, interest rate, APR, minimum payment, and due date. No rounding, no about, no I think it's around. The more specific you are, the more power you have. Think of it like a financial X-ray. You're not judging the skeleton, you're just looking at it clearly. Most people avoid this step because the truth is uncomfortable. But avoiding the numbers doesn't erase the debt. It just helps the interest quietly do push-ups in the background. When you put everything in one place, a simple spreadsheet, a notepad, or an app, two things happen. The debt stops being a vague monster and becomes a math problem. You can finally see which card is draining you the most. You'll start to notice patterns. That one store card with the ridiculous APR, the random subscriptions you forgot were attached to a card, or the card that barely moves because you only pay the minimum. This strategy is not glamorous. No hacks, no tricks, just clarity. But clarity is what turns panic into a plan. Once you know your exact situation, you can decide what to attack first, what to close, and what to renegotiate. It's like turning on the lights in a messy room. The mess doesn't magically disappear, but now you can actually clean it up. Strategy 8. Destroy sneaky fees and interest traps. If credit card debt were just about what you spent, it would be bad enough. But no, the game has extras, late fees, penalty APRs, annual fees, foreign transaction fees. It's like your debt has service charges for existing. Strategy 8 is about going on a fee-killing mission. Start with late fees and penalty interest rates. If you've had a good payment history overall, call your card issuer and politely ask them to waive recent late fees. You'd be surprised how often they say yes, especially if you sound responsible and not chaotic. While you're on the call, ask if they can reduce your APR. The answer might be no, but if it's yes, that one phone call can save you hundreds over time. Next, look at annual fee cards. Sometimes the rewards are not worth the fee, especially if you're in payoff mode, not points collector mode. You can either downgrade to a no-fee version or close the card strategically after considering your credit utilization and age of accounts. Then attack subscription traps, streaming services, apps, memberships quietly billing your card every month. If you're paying interest on Netflix, that show just got a lot more expensive. Cancel what you don't really use and redirect that money to your payments. The goal of this strategy is simple. Reduce what you owe, reduce what you're charged, and stop giving the bank any extra tips for holding your debt. You can't outrun credit card debt if you're dragging unnecessary fees behind you. Cut the weights, then run faster. Strategy 7. Turn your budget into a debt weapon. A budget is not punishment, it's a strategy. If your budget feels like a strict parent, it's time to turn it into a teammate whose main job is helping you crush debt. Strategy 7 is about redesigning your budget so every dollar has a job, and some of those dollars have one very specific mission: attack credit cards. Start by listing your non-negotiables: rent or mortgage, utilities, basic groceries, transportation, meds. Then be ruthlessly honest about the rest. Eating out, random Amazon hits, subscriptions, I deserve it spending. You're not banning joy, you're just asking it to cost less for a while. Now create a line called Debt Attack Money. This is separate from your minimum payments. This is your extra ammo. Even if it's $50 or $100 a month at first, that focused amount makes a big impact when consistently thrown at one balance. Whenever you cut something, a delivery meal, a subscription, an impulse buy, don't just save it in theory. Move that money on purpose toward your next credit card payment. You're converting lifestyle cuts into measurable progress. Also, build in a tiny fun budget. Yes, seriously. If you cut everything fun, you'll rebel against your own plan in 3 weeks. A small guilt-free amount for treats keeps your brain on board while your wallet heals. In this strategy, your budget stops being a static document and becomes a battle plan. Instead of wondering, where did my money go? You'll start saying, I told my money exactly where to go, and it went to work. Strategy 6. Use the debt snowball for quick wins. Sometimes the math isn't the problem, the motivation is. That's where the debt snowball comes in. With the snowball method, you line up your credit cards from smallest balance to largest. Ignore the interest rate for this strategy. You pay the minimums on all cards and then throw every extra dollar at the smallest balance first. Why? Because quickly wiping out one card gives you a mental boost. Your brain loves wins. Seeing a card hit 0 feels like leveling up. When that first card is gone, you roll its entire payment into the next smallest balance. Your snowball gets bigger and more powerful. Psychologically, this works beautifully. Instead of feeling like you're chipping away at a mountain, you're knocking out individual boulders. Each victory fuels the next one. You begin to see yourself not as bad with money, but as someone who finishes what they start. Is it always the most mathematically efficient method? Not necessarily. But for many people who've struggled with sticking to payoff plans, the emotional momentum is worth more than the small interest difference. This strategy is perfect if you're the type who needs to see progress early to stay committed. Think of it as training your discipline, starting with easier weights before lifting the heavy stuff. In short, small balances, big wins, growing confidence, and before you know it, your debt snowball has rolled over multiple cards. Strategy 5. Use the debt avalanche for maximum savings. If Strategy 6 is about motivation, Strategy 5 is about pure math. The debt avalanche method focuses on saving the most money on interest. Here's how it works. List all your credit cards by interest rate, from highest to lowest. Pay minimums on everything. Throw every extra dollar at the highest APR card first. That card is your financial troublemaker. It's the one silently charging you the most for the privilege of owing money. Targeting it first means you reduce the biggest source of interest drain. This strategy usually saves you more money over time than the snowball method. You might not feel the emotional highs as quickly, especially if your highest interest card also has a big balance, but long-term it's highly efficient. The avalanche works best when you're already disciplined or when you've built some emotional momentum and are now ready to optimize. You can even combine methods. Start with a mini snowball to get quick wins, then switch to avalanche mode once your confidence is up. If you like seeing the math work in your favor, this is your strategy. You'll know that every extra dollar you send is cutting into the worst interest first, and that's like shutting off the biggest leak before fixing the smaller ones. You're not just paying debt. You're strategically dismantling the most expensive parts of it. Strategy 4. Leverage balance transfers, the smart way. Balance transfers can be either a power move or a trap, depending on how you use them. Strategy 4 is about using them wisely, not as a reset button for more swiping. A balance transfer card offers a low or 0% introductory APR for a set period, often 6 to 18 months. The idea is simple. Move your existing high-interest debt to this card, then attack the balance while it isn't growing as fast. The benefits are real. More of your payment goes toward principal, not interest. But there are rules to follow if you don't want this strategy to backfire. Check the transfer fee. It's often 3 to 5% of the amount moved. You want the interest savings to outweigh the fee. Know the promo period. Set a plan to pay as much as possible before the rate jumps. Don't use the new card for purchases. Mixing new spending with transferred balances complicates things and defeats the purpose. Don't close the old card immediately. That can hurt your credit utilization and age of credit. Just leave it at 0 and unused. Think of a balance transfer like moving your debt from a high-rent apartment to a cheaper one so you can pay it down faster, not so you can throw a party with the savings. When used with discipline, this strategy can accelerate your payoff timeline in a big way. When used recklessly, it just gives your debt a fresh outfit and a new address. Strategy 3. Bring in extra ammo, boost your income. You can only cut expenses so far. At some point, the more powerful move is to increase your income and aim the extra at your debt. Strategy 3 is about adding more ammo to your payoff plan. Side hustles, overtime, freelance gigs, weekend work, or turning a skill into service. Even a few $100 extra a month consistently focused on one card can slash months or even years off your payoff timeline. This is not about glorifying hustle culture or telling you to work 24/7. It's about temporary targeted income boosts with a clear mission: destroy credit card balances. The key is earmarking that extra income. Don't let it blend into your regular spending. Every extra dollar should go straight to your chosen strategy: snowball, avalanche, or balance transfer payoff. You can also redirect windfalls, tax refunds, bonuses, cash gifts, refunds from overpayments. It's tempting to treat that money as fun money, but using it to kill high-interest debt is like giving your future self a raise. This strategy shifts your mindset from "I'm stuck" to "I'm actively attacking this." You're no longer just trimming your lifestyle, you're expanding your capacity. Debt hates two things: structure and extra payments. With more income aimed at it, it doesn't stand a chance for long. Strategy 2. Automate your payoff plan. Willpower is great until you're tired, stressed, or standing in front of something on sale. Strategy 2 is about taking as much of your payoff plan as possible out of your mood and into your systems. Automation means setting up automatic payments to your credit cards, at least the minimums, plus extra for your current target card. That way, you don't forget, you don't pay late fees, and you don't give interest more time to grow. Pick dates that line up with your paydays. For example, pay minimums right after your paycheck lands, then schedule your extra attack payment midway through the month. This staggers your payments and keeps balances moving down instead of yo-yoing. You can also automate transfers into a dedicated debt attack account, then have your payments pulled from there. That creates a psychological barrier between money I can spend and money already assigned to a mission. The beauty of automation is that it protects you from your future tired self. On days when you're tempted to say, "I'll pay extra next month," the system has already done the work for you. You're building a financial machine where debt goes down every month, whether you're feeling motivated or not. That's how real progress happens. Strategy 1. Build a credit card-proof lifestyle so you never go back. You can't just pay off credit cards, you have to outgrow them. Strategy 1 is all about building a lifestyle where credit cards are tools, not life support. That means creating a starter emergency fund so a flat tire or broken appliance doesn't send you running back to the card. A spending system that relies more on cash, debit, or controlled credit, paid in full each month. Clear personal rules, no carrying balances for wants, only maybe for big strategic moves that you can pay off quickly and intentionally. It's also about changing identity. You're not somebody who's always in credit card debt anymore. You're someone who used to be and decided that season of life is over. This strategy involves reviewing what got you into debt in the first place: emotional spending, lifestyle creep, lack of planning, under-earning, or trying to impress people who aren't even paying attention. Not for guilt, for information. Once you see the pattern, you can design guardrails. Finally, celebrate milestones in non-debt creating ways. When you pay off a card, don't reward yourself by swiping again. Do something simple, meaningful, and affordable that reminds you, this is who I am now. You're not just escaping credit card debt. You're building a life where you never have to repeat this journey. We are down to number 1 through the countdown. If you've followed this far, you've done more than most people ever do with their credit cards. You've given your payoff plan actual structure and strategy, from stopping the bleeding to killing fees to using Snowball or Avalanche, to boosting income and automating payments, and finally building a lifestyle that doesn't depend on plastic. You now have a full roadmap, not just random tips. Thank you for watching and hanging in till the end. If this breakdown helped you see your credit card situation differently, don't just click away and forget it. Pause. Pick one strategy. Start today. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification, and share this with someone who's drowning in credit card debt but still thinks minimum payment is a plan. Your future self with zero balances and a lot more peace will be very grateful you did.